so much. Thank you. Hey, I'm Dr. Simone Gold. I'm a board-certified emergency physician, and I wanted to share with everybody my experience practicing emergency medicine in this era of the COVID-19 crisis. First, as we walk around, you can see that here at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, a big tertiary care medical center,
Let's begin with her book, a #1 bestseller in public health, on a totally reliable place to buy books you can totally trust called Amazon.com. Simone writes, COVID-19 is an acronym for SARS-CoV-2. COVID-19 is indeed an acronym, but not for SARS-CoV-2. COVID-19 means Coronavirus Disease 2019. SARS-CoV-2 is an acronym for the virus that causes Coronavirus Disease 2019. It's easy to mix the two up while speaking, but to write it down in your book? What's worse is on the very next page, you'll find an example of the same kind of naming scheme, where the disease has one acronym and the virus that causes it has another. It's right there in the background paper that she's citing. Maybe we need a break from this book. Bye. Simone Gold gained attention when she appeared on the steps of the Supreme Court with a bunch of other doctors of mostly irrelevant specialties, and they gave their own version of what was going on in the pandemic. Those doctors claim to know better than all the experts. They know better than the CDC, they know better than the WHO, and better than all the journalists. They say that hydroxychloroquine works, even after the FDA cautioned against its use, specifically for COVID-19.
And by the way, if hydroxychloroquine was over the counter or more widely available, many tens of thousands, perhaps even over 100,000 Americans would be alive today.
Absolutely.
Experts understand that masks block respiratory droplets, liquid particles that carry the much smaller virus particles. Simone ignores this and tries to sell people the idea that masks don't work because the virus particles are smaller than the holes in a mask.
The next sentence that I took great offense that they deleted was, I wrote, the COVID virus is 200 to 1,000 times smaller than the pore size in surgical masks or cloth things like bandanas. So that is such an easy to understand concept, 200 to 1,000 times smaller, that I think they found hearing that truth so threatening because it's so easy to understand that they simply deleted it.
So how is it that Simone believes the opposite of what most experts in the world have concluded? If you ask her, it's simple. It's a conspiracy. Back to her book. That's when the elite media, the medical establishment, their allies in the political world, and social media mob launched their war against the Hubble malaria drug. Welcome to the conspiracy, where thousands of doctors, scientists, and journalists all around the world are trying to confuse you.
And the third call to action is always use the word experiment when you talk about this. Always. The socialists win the language wars, right? They change language. Remember, I said to you, this was the Wuhan virus. Then it became the coronavirus. Then it became COVID-19. This is a battle for words.
Oh yeah, I forgot that also socialists are in on it too. As you can see, she's moved on to the vaccine doubting business, the anti-vaxxer business. So what did Dr. Peter Hotez mean by linked to right-wing extremism? Our friend Dr. Gold is politically organized, you see. She is part of the Save Our Country coalition with other superstars like Jenny Beth Martin, who helped put on that event in front of the Supreme Court. What is the #1 goal of the Save Our Country coalition? It's to immediately reopen the economy. So now we see how Simone justified her organization's goal. It is right to lift all restrictions on economic activity because public health experts are somehow all wrong. As reported by the Associated Press in leaked audio, Republican operatives wanted to make a health argument as well as an economic one. Say what you will about Simone's apparent scientific illiteracy, but you cannot say she's afraid to get into the thick of the political action. Guess what? It's Simone and her comrade at the Capitol, right in front of a fight. The FBI arrested her for this, despite the fact that she was considerate enough to bring a mask, which she doesn't believe in. Luckily, we get to hear her side of the story because the Washington Post published an interview with her. In it, she says, it was emphatically not a riot. I guess she had her eyes closed? I don't know. Where she was, it was incredibly peaceful, except for that guy getting punched. Of course. And on top of that, she was in there because she assumed it would be legal, which is extra funny because she's also a lawyer. What did she tell her fans about her arrest for storming the Capitol? She told them, it's just censorship by the FBI now, and she needs your money. So I think we now know who Dr. Simone Gold is. She's someone who will lie to your face and take your money.